Hey guys, this is Rob speaking, and today we are back in automation with our little series where we build the competition category cars just from a purely technical design standpoint and show you how it's done. And up today is, oh shit, the 60s muscle car category. Ooh, a German with European car tastes that is not a car guy designing a muscle car. That cannot end well. No, but I shall try. Okay, so here we go. So the only real muscle car body we have in here would be this one. So why not go with the standard? We can always change. We could always change to something like this, to a bigger body. This would be even worse. It would be an even more shit car. Okay, yeah, let's go with this one. Alright, so what do we need for a muscle car? And I mean the spirit of a muscle car, and the demographics mean the spirit of a muscle car. Not accurately an American muscle car, because America doesn't exist in this game just yet. And we are trying to capture the spirit of the muscle car, not the actual muscle car. So no fucking solid axle rear. That is fucking stupid. Yes, I can see you hammer that dislike button already. Oh, I will trigger so many people in this episode. It's fun though. Okay, also, oh yes, you and your muscle car on ladder frames. Fuck you. No, that's not good. It doesn't make much sense. Yes, horse carriages are muscle cars too. They have actually more muscle than muscle cars. So let's see. So we are going for steel. Let's make it galvanized steel. Just simple but not awful. And monocoque chassis, yes. Of course longitudinal. So the main thing about a muscle car is that it is rear wheel drive, that it's going a little oversteery in the corners when you put the foot down a little too much, or even just touch the pedal a little bit. And we are going with cheap suspension, but not awful suspension. So how about semi-trailing arm? Yes. It's not entirely worthless, but not too bad. So one thing that solid axle actually is good for is that you get a little bit of extra grip. But I think we're going to, I'm going to try it out. If we get in grip problems, I will try out the solid axle coil setup. Now, engine. Killer Rob, engine! Yes, okay. A little bit like the trick from the 1940s. We need to create an engine that is impressive on paper and then doesn't deliver any power. Yes. Oh, I triggered so many people already. Oh no. This is fun. Yes. But that is actually true. So, we are going with a big V8. It needs to be a big cast. Well, we could go No, Killer Rob. No, Killer Rob, that is bad. Don't trigger them too much. Not too much yet. There are plenty more opportunities. Don't waste it right now. Okay, cast, yes. And push rod. Because push rod doesn't get you any power. Yes. Yes, that's very true. And nope, this is too small, you see. So we need to have something bigger. Although I'm almost tempted to make a muscle car that's actually good. That would be full alloy. But that is way too techy in the 1960s. We get so much penalty on reliability if we try that. So I'm not going to. But yeah, it needs to be big. And with big, I mean big for a European. This is a small, isn't it? 5.2 liters is exactly a small block, right? I don't know if it's these settings, probably not. But yeah, let's go with this small block-ish engine. Is it 5.2 or 5.8? I think it's 5.2, right? I probably should have checked that. No, don't care. So pistons, yes, it's all good. And compression all the way down. Let's aim for 7.8 to 1. Cam profile, interesting. No, we don't want to produce a massive amount of power. And that's the trick with muscle car engines. You want to still have a torque curve which is very mid-rangey, because you're not revving high. I know some muscle cars did rev high, but they didn't have those push rod setup we have. Then they had fancy lifters, and well, they were very, very different. So anyway, and they weren't the setup we have simulated in the heads here and in the push rods. And we do not want to put quality in there, because that would mean that we make more power. And I don't want more power. I do want to have more engine, but less power. And no mechanical fuel injection system. But how about one single 4-barrel carb? I think that fits the theme. What is this going? There's some explosions happening outside of the engine. Who designed this fucking engine? Okay, so intake performance. We do want to have engine sound. If we do want to have engine sound, we need a performance intake. Otherwise, you don't hear shit. And regular, yeah, we do want to have sportiness. We do want to have response. And we don't really care about fuel economy. So 13.0, that's good. Yeah. And we do want to have mid-range power. So let's set it at 40 ignition time, which gives us our power bulge around 3000. We can't rev this thing too high, so let's start out with 4800 and go from there. A little bit of quality, not too much. How much does this thing cost? It costs us 343, and if we go to +5, we are at 454. I think we're going with +4 here. Cast log, yeah, no, cast log, short cast, yes. And we are aiming for something around 250 horsepower. Seems reasonable. And these are, of course, net horsepower figures. So, no muffler here and one baffle there. Okay, that's not that much power. It's not that much power. 200. Maybe we can get around with just 200. That is more pony-esque, but right in between there. Seems reasonable. A little too much valve float here. Let's see if we don't want to tune this a bit more. Yeah, get rid of the valve float. This is moving this bulge here of torque. They want to have it everywhere, so let's move it there. That seems decent enough. And we can actually invest a little bit of quality in here, just to give a little bit more top end. Yeah, I can even rev it to 5000 RPM. Amazing. I think that's a pretty good build for an engine like this, though. If we need more power, we can always get back here and make the engine larger. That's the way out. Maybe I should do that. Come on, 5.8. Let's go 5.8 kiloRob. There's no troubles with engine reliability or anything here. So let's do a nice, what would that be? A nice 4-inch stroke. Yes, and we go with a 94 bore. Yeah, I think that's more muscly. It's definitely more muscly. 5.6, almost 5.7 liters. Can we go 5.8? Muscle car territory, yes! And the exhaust needs to strangle the whole thing a bit because it's just shit. And now, headers aren't any problem. Can we put shitty cast log on it? Oh, no, it's knocking. Oh, that's too... Oh, no, okay. That's too bad. I thought we could get away with those. That would have been funny. Okay, so now let's make it a muscle car. So it's the 2-door variant, 2-seater. Oh, do we want to have a 4-seater? Nah, 2-seater is better. Okay, here we go. So no fixtures, nah. If you want to check out the design for proper muscle cars, you head over to the Automation Game channel. And there you check out the competition. Category C, the 60s muscle. And that is the preliminaries and the finals. They were amazing designs. And rear-wheel drive, we go... Come on, rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox, and we give it a 5-speed because Murica. Because technology. We don't want it to be too slow. We do want it to have a long first gear because wheel spin galore. We can even put on an automatic locker if we need, but first let's go with a differential open. I think we have adequate amounts of power, but not overly much power. So it should be good. Yeah, 1965, definitely going with radials here. They are the only thing that is somewhat sporty. And sports compound. 2. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Put some nice tires in the rear, yeah. 2 45s. Make them larger. Can I make them larger? Yes. That's all the tire. Well, profile 65s. Yeah, that's looking good. Can even fit some brake in there. Oh, this thing will be understeering as fuck. But can we, let's just activate the morphing here and pull this one out a bit. A bit. Yeah, I don't care about the design afterwards. So it's all good. It's all good. Don't look, guys. Don't look. It's not the best looking. But it will work. Do we need quality here? Mags! Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, but the price. Mags are nice though. Let's select mags. Solid discs. Do we need to brake? Answer is probably yes. We don't want to get too much sportiness penalty for this beast. Rear, I don't care. Put massive, massive drum brakes on there. And maybe a little bit higher here. And pad type 50, around 50, seems decent enough. It's all good. No under tray, no, we don't need that. Cooling airflow, it's good at 50. We don't need the seats. Let's go with, do we want to have 4? I have to check the demographics, but, so here we go with, they weren't really sports interior, they were more like premium interior. Let's go with premium. And, oh my god, no, terrible steering. Terrible steering, hydraulic. Taking all the feel from it now. Muscle cars need to be muscly. Standard 60s is good enough. And we put standard springs on here. And let's see. Sportiness. Oh, we're doing well here already. Well, with terrible stats. But that is mainly due to ugly suspension tuning, I would think. No, it's actually decent. Oh, well, apart from the dampers, they're all over the place. Let's go with a sporty tune. And yep, that increased our stats slightly. So, do we have any penalties here? No. So that's a good start. We do have problems here though. The car's weight and lack of power steering significantly reduces its drivability and comfort. Try adding power steering. Ah yes, power steering. Oh, the muscle cars even liked it somewhat. Not much, but somewhat. This thing is a brick though. Fuck me, this is hypercar roll angle. No, we make it nice and sway. Like a proper muscle car. Like this. No sway bars here now. 4.2 is still swaying like crazy. Can we get that better? The answer is no. Okay. But yeah, that's sporty enough for us to lower it further. But they don't really like it for the drivability aspect of it. So let's see, what kind of ride height do... Oh, no, this looks this looks absolutely reasonable. Yeah, well, apart from the lack of design and the massive wheel arches I put on there. But one thing I want to check here, maybe progressive springs are actually the better choice. No, they are not. Well, you increase comfort and drivability by some amount, and you increase the load capacity. Rear load capacity is massive like this. Like this, not so much, I assume. No? What? Doesn't it take into account the extra load capacity? I think we just found a bug. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to take into account this factor from the springs. But okay, so first things first, markets. 75%, and that means we are a little bit on the upper end already for the pricing. So if we can, we want to make it a little cheaper. But cheaper without sacrificing prestige. So that's a little tricky. And I think the way to do that would be to maybe step down the radio. Premium AM radio, standard AM radio. But the material costs are basically the same. Yeah, no, that's a bad idea. Luxury. They even like the luxury better. I think it might be better to go for a... Oh, okay. Yeah, strange bunch. No, this is actually a really good combination. I really like the luxury radio. How many seats? Muscle car category 2 to 5. Oh, interesting. So with 4 seats, they actually like the car just as much. This is interesting, but let's leave it empty. So we do have problems with wheel spin. That was to be expected. But we have not fully tinkered with the gearing yet. And, well, we do have the wheel spin here. I don't want to just stretch this so much, but automatic locker, how bad is it? It doesn't help that much. We are sub 7 seconds from 0 to 100. 0 to 62 miles an hour. But 4.5 still, yeah, it's still okay. Alright, what I think we can do is cheap out on the gearing a little bit. Because 5 gears, I mean, who needs 5 gears, right? So, yeah, it's a little better. It's a little better. Who wants 3 gears? It's amazing. I trust me. 3 gears is awesome. Now, if they do want 4 gears. Do we want to push sportiness higher still? How much drivability do they want versus sportiness? Well, they do like that. So if we up this, yep, that is the right way because that saves us money. And those tires aren't cheap at all. Look at the price. That's the biggest thing here. Yep. That's the biggest thing. Maybe we do need to get rid of the mags. No, they really like their mags. 114 there, yeah. 115. They do like their mags, but we do need the tire size equal. Otherwise, you pay through the nose with these. Yeah, you see that? That's another $1,000 if we just have it one off because you don't get the discount for having the same size. Braking is absolutely terrible right now. 63 meters. I think we're getting pretty hefty penalties. Oh, and sport, yeah. Okay, this is something where we can get a lot more score. So let's optimize this. 300. Yeah, not too convinced. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, more pad. 75. I don't think we want more. No, exactly. I think it's 70, it's pretty good. Yes. And then you want to max out your brake bias until before you hit the blue line, the grip line. Because this is just wasting a little bit of efficiency if you don't run them at 50-50. And here we can do that. And because it is so cheap, I think I want to switch over to advanced 50 safety. That also brings us a little bonus. There's not much to this safety package. It's not this advanced one here, which would take you eons to engineer. You would already have a little bit of familiarity in this. So right now it shows the engineering times being equal, but yeah, you probably have been using this one for a while already. So, question here: is there anything more that we can do? Let's check out how good or bad, rather, this car would be with a solid axle build. Oh, let's go rear suspension, solid axle coil, and yeah, dropping quite a bit. How much did our handling suffer though? Ooh, this is very muscle car-y. Very oversteery. Yeah, that can be tuned out, but not that easily if you want to have equal tire sizes, front and rear, which we really want because we want to use radials. Actually, what I'm seeing here is that they don't care about reliability that much, so maybe we should try... Oh, no, but that would be very expensive, wouldn't it? Let's see, maybe not. It's not that much worse. The first engine that is complete alloy in the 1960s. Doesn't that sound amazing? And no, it doesn't sound amazing, but that might be handling characteristics which have changed completely. Let's see. No, they haven't. Alright, now our car's just so well balanced, it doesn't care about this bullshit. But now I wonder, do we want to put a big block in here instead? Let's see how the market reacts. The market reacts with valve float. Yeah, as expected. That was a little too much. But they do like the larger engine, obviously. How about we up it a little bit more? 6.5 liters. Yes, I see how things are getting yellow. 6.5 liters. More muscly. 250 horsepower. That is what we were aiming for from the start. 500 newton meters of torque. Of course, you don't know what that means. But we now need to cut off just slightly. We need to cut off to 4.7. Not a problem. There we go. 126 score. And it's really good. And I think we might want to open up the exhaust a bit more. Bam. Yeah, definitely. Yep, this is scoring really well now. We still have a few problems with the torque for the pistons. That and the conrods. But I don't want to switch over to heavy duty because then I can't rev them anymore. Let's see. I could give them just a tad quality. How much does this mean? 0.4? Nah, they don't quite like that. It's too expensive to do. Okay, so now we have arrived at the stage of check the markets once again. Muscle car, muscle premium, both scoring really well. Please take note here that the competitors have improved since the competition, and the game mechanics have changed a lot since the competition. So this is actually really good scoring. And it's very easy to tell the AI how to build muscle cars. There's not much to it. Anyway, yes, so this is good. Now let's check our detailed stats. And okay, drivability, well, yeah, that's expected. It handles like crap. The gearbox is terrible. Yeah, that's all good. Sportiness, that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, chassis stiffness, we are not on a ladder frame because of the chassis stiffness. So it could be worse, and actually could be a lot worse. This is all looking decent enough. Minus 20%, this is scoring 22.8. Decent. We're definitely not doing well on the comfort, but we have enough such that we are not being penalized for having low comfort. That's the main thing you want to achieve here. And prestige, very nice. Big engine. And more entertainment quality. Yeah, that's not great. Chassis stiffness, still not great. That's also another reason for why you want to have the monocoque chassis here, because it's the stiffest. So ladder chassis would not be that great in this, in scoring prestige and drivability and sportiness actually. So safety, very high. Also good from the monocoque chassis. You don't get shaved off the chassis when you're crashing. It's quite an advantage. Practicality, we don't care. We don't care about any of these. Do they want off-road? Do we get an off-road penalty, I wonder? We are in Gas Mia, of course. No. 0. Cool. Well, that's all good. So I think that concludes our build of a muscle car. Very well hit the mark here. It's not too expensive, not too cheap. We have a nice big 6.5 liter engine in there, producing 250 horsepower net. And yeah, it's a very good muscle premium car too. Still classifies as a sports car, if you really wanted to. Not bad that either. Doesn't handle like shit. Isn't that wonderful? And of course, before I forget, we need to send it around the test track too. Let's see how well it does. Alright, loady. Well, 400 kilometers now we won't reach, but okay, now it gets going. Yeah, now that sounds proper muscle. It is a heavy car though, 1,500 kilograms. Whoa, feels like sliding into the first corner. Hey, what time do you get? Whoa! Okay, I didn't expect it to be that fast. That is impressive. A 132.71. That, yeah. The engine is really playing out its strengths here. And it's still being a good handler, comparatively. For being a muscle car, it handles really well. Alright. Yeah, that concludes it. Hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.